Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 90 something of me playing our big old map. Let's just quickly recap what's going on and then get on with the actual game. So we have 4 million tiles, 1500 towns, 5500 industries, although not all of them produce stuff. And currently I'm trying to connect all the ports and related things. It's fun, double quotes, because the map generation is totally shafted. I know I've always known it's been shafted ever since the beginning, but I didn't want to restart, not the least because there was nothing to restart about it. So if you don't quite know what I'm talking about, uh, I need coffee to start working. But if you bear with me, um, let's say port. Play, call, not there. If you look, there's a very distinct lack of correlated things on this side. There's a very distinct lack of play-related things on this side. So, uh, yeah, it's not particularly helping. Now, with regards to what's going on specifically in the last few episodes, I need to remind myself as usual, but um, I do kind of remember. Sorry, I've gotten to the point of I have to do recordings in the morning, which is great, except I'm a little dopey. So anyway, the idea is that I am putting down a distribution center here, and we have a number of ports around us, and then basically, on the one hand, get all the clay into here, and then redistribute it to these ports, and B, just get on with stuff. Let me check. Yes, you can actually see one recording. That's always useful. So why not just do stuff? Do it. Do it. I think this is pretty close. I'm not really going to. Yeah, I think with I'm thinking because so this has been hooked in, and just to recap, what I had done previously is that I had these massive distribution places, which, as you can see, I've milked thoroughly because now they've run dry. And these had been used, all past tense, to fuel, I guess, supply ports, I mean, for the clay anyway, and all the mines. But a lot of them have been moved around because of these distances, but we've pretty much run out, so she happens. And if you haven't noticed yet, I do occasionally swear more than just that. Say apologies, I guess. So, anyway, on the proviso that we're not really going to hook stuff in, why don't I build a few roads? Now, one of the other things I've done in a recent past episode was I've shortened most of the. Wow, that's no good. How did that happen? Fine, these are not really going to be speeding it down much. So I've shortened a lot of our industry trains because I think. Okay, whatever. I'm just pretty much clicking manually. The sensing. Okay, I did not want that. Great waste of money. I don't think I'll need this large, but hey ho. I mean, I'm obviously not going to need it for this. I think we'll do that. Yeah, I've shortened the trains, which may or may not yield sensible results, but clay. I don't have medium clays. I only use these gold Turks. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter, does it? I'll probably start here, not the other end. Okay. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee fee, as Agent Orange had said. This is going to be transfer. And make another one. You guys are timetabled. To be honest, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'll hook this one into, but I think I'll use chains for the others. I'm a bit on the fence about this one. I must be, yeah, scrap metal. Oh, there's space. Yeah, I know this is not working. I say it each and every time. It's hilarious because if you've been following my meanderings, you'll know that I've gotten into revamping the things into company colors, new GRF, and cock farm with all the animals. Okay, where do we go? Here-ish. Fine. And I was reading on Discord that someone was not so much complaining, more asking if no one wants to basically revamp the two company colors gems. I'm like, no. Might still end up doing it at some point, but yeah. Just want to make sure towns don't get ideas about building. So that, and then I want to pick up from here. You're unused, and yes. So let's hook in these four for now. I think it's certainly plenty. Plenty out. I don't think there's going to be much traffic here again if I don't end up supplying, because the thing with the don't even know what to call it, upper part of the map anyway, where I had started, was But there were so many ports. Don't do that. In which case, don't do this. That it wasn't just that they were self-sustaining with regards to the infrastructure going into ports. Sorry, I'm still waking up. And I want to split this one, has to go back. So, but they obviously function as intended in terms of hooking them into coal mines and all that stuff, which was one of the main reasons why I started bothering with them, because I had initially started doing steel infrastructure, and I realized that I'm just going to have an awful lot of headaches because I have to extend my existing supply lines. That's the back line. Then the other one comes up wherever it comes up to. Yeah, I just can't see it. Where's here on the other side? But it's not going to be the case in this area, or at least I don't particularly think so. Move it down. So again, one of this will go back. Okay, what would it cost me to build the big one? Almost double. I mean, let's head back here. And I should start putting down these. And I should do something about this. Okay, that's 2 by. Let's take. It's not really 2 though, is it? Because, well, I mean, if I take these 3, as in 1, 2, 3, because this is already coming in on a different branch. So if I do these 3 and then those 2 plus 1, I don't think this is being used. Or separated, that makes things vaguely sensible, I think. Yeah, I clearly don't always bother with the right bridge type. This is only sensible as long as there's no airport. Which there may or may not be. I don't know nothing, especially not in the morning. Right. So what have I done? Because I know I said that I've taken down a lot of stuff. So these are still losing money. I will run. Didn't make much difference, did it? I will run away and hide. Okay, well, this needs doing. And actually, no signal. This needs doing, or else the game does silly things. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out if I want to run a bunch of threes or a bunch of fives. Stick to threes, although they are equivalently badly, stupidly money losers. So you lot transfer and you jump. So just for my own sake, this takes 400 tons. These guys don't total 400 tons, so 2 of them is plenty. And I want to start distributing that clay. I have the dock, so I don't actually need to do anything, and I've done that. And you are doing what? You're doing the supplies running surprisingly full. You're normal. Give me a moment. There you go. So I was about to clone Chips's. Thanks, losing money. Bye. Okay. So you go there. You go here. You go here, and just because of the distance, I think we want 2 of these. And there's also going to be another batch that comes up here. Except I should actually pick things up. That would be useful. So that's part of it. I also want to deal with the sand, and I know that there's a glassworks just up there. I saw that. I think that's the one we're going to use because I don't see any alternative. I should just use the map, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's the only. Well, it's the only one. Alas, alas. Oops. Um. Let's hear standard, not great, not terrible. It's actually not terrible. If I do that, Not that we really need it to. And you are a jam depot. Why don't I? Do that. And then, of course you did. Hmm. Don't know if you can actually hear that. If you can, it's a coffee machine. Okay, so no, I don't want to come to the horse thing, although I might. Well, I'll leave it there. Might be useful later. Except I'll be stupid enough to send the freaking glass things here because I'm not paying attention. As usual. So that's not. Right. Okay. We have. Just do the sand. Otherwise I get way too edging side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really want 4 ships for this because it's pretty silly. Just get one of these reasonably sized ones and pick them up. 1, 2, and dump. Now this is not too fortunately designed. I'll make amendments. And you don't need to do that twice. You guys, okay, ships should be timetabled, especially these ones. So you lot go. What I wanted here is clean up a little. And probably come through here as well. Very conscious of that orchard or whatever the hell that is. Okay, well, you will just have to wait. Shut up. Great. So that should be a bit of a shortcut. This is not going anywhere, which is okay. Sandbank, fine. So that part's sorted. Then we have sand going in, and we'll have chemicals going in a moment. Especially if I find the ships again. Okay, can we pin this for a moment? I'm just going to enlarge ones. And you are timetabled. Because if this ever kicks in, then we can, you know, send goods out locally and so on and so on. So while I'm at it, I want to do something with these fishing grounds. So I don't care about the dredging side, and I don't necessarily care about that. I want fishing grounds, so I see 5. And there's 2 fishing harbors, or actually a lot more of them, but we only care about 1, which will be this one. You fish. Not farm supply, fish. It's losing money. I really need to check what is making money, because I am now wondering how on earth we're functioning. How much do you take? 100 tons. Well, that's F4. Okay. Loan. Just think with boats generally that they're so much easier to maintain in terms of, I did not want you to skip that. Okay, well, it's a bug. Like, hey, we just clone a whole bunch of them and we just automate them and off you go. That's why I had a comparatively short playthrough of a smaller map where I was playing so I was playing ships only. Took 30 odd episodes. Like, yeah, sure, done. Okay, so this, what's happening? So you are full of engineering supplies, which is great, but now we're going to start redistributing some of that stuff. And the sandbanks need it. Engineering supplies, baby size. Why do I have you going to a fish market? Ah, because it's part of the pit and it just picks up. Fine. So 1. Delete. Let's go back to sandbanks before I totally get mixed up in stuff. It's so confusing because it's a dredging site, not a sandbank. I don't care about the fishes either. You timetabled. Then make one more. Okay, so off they go. So currently you're enhanced. So we need to get the goods production up. And then these will work a little better because when I get food boats, which are of course losing money. Okay, it's 0, but it's still not going to be a lot. Happen, come whatever. So come what may. I'm not going to do a double on these because I just don't think much food's going to come out of that place anyway. It's just to check boxes. Then this is not making a lot, unshockingly. Hey, guess what? Losing money. We'll start with 1 each. And then we'll just have to check back on it later. Oh. Yeah, I don't like that. We're edging down slowly. So history, very flat. Okay. I'm expecting a boat here. Oh, it's there. It's just very small. Shared orders. I don't so much care about the number of vehicles. I am a little more interested in this. I'm curious. Yeah, no. I was curious if I could like hovercraft sand. I didn't think I could, but okay. While I'm at it, I should start building out these, because why not? And then in some future episode, we can reconcile reality. Hello. Yeah, so it's not going to be going fast at all. No, go away. Bridges are not so much of an issue in terms of signaling. I just think I really should go and ask what's with signaling tunnels. I'm thinking if I want to go through this whole town plus farm, and the answer is no, but the other thing that's a big no is what I'm seeing here. I can't bridge this because depot, right? Probably more like this. On the one hand, I wish I had a bigger screen, which is I do actually. I have another monitor. But if I stuck this on some weird 4K-ish setting, then everything would be so minuscule. And if I put the UI scaling up, then we're back where I was. So okay, I said 3, so that's the third. I'm just going to do this. I should check where these are going because, well, suboptimal. Where am I? Oh, yeah. In which case, come off this way. Noise. And you go totally elsewhere, so don't look into that. Marvelous. I'm always amused that you can tunnel through mines. Like that's just physically acceptable in this game. My phone's probably about to buzz that with time, except that it's going to be lying because I did not pause my phone when I paused the game. But we know that everybody lies. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't know that I need to follow the shitty bridges, I'd be lost like hell. I still am, that matter. The other thing I did not do was I totally did not put down any depots, which is bad. Okay, that will do. I'll put it here because it's already in the way. And then also do stuff aquí. You really don't need to be there. Neither do you, because there's signaling at the tunnel. And I actually want these to cross. Nope. Well, that's the thing though. I want them to cross, just not here. Probably here. Because these then have signals here, and the depots can do their thing, and I'm not very convinced about this particular signal, but great. 5 million lost last year. I think marvelous. I will clone you, but I'm curious about money. So you come in here. Come on. Choo-choo. And you do drop, and you make money. So I have no idea what the hell you're doing. Just delete all. And I should probably have started up here, because that would be sensible. Why should I do such sensible things? 2 and 3. And come back and transfer. I don't know why I'm pausing again. Transfer. Jump. Jump. 100. 100. And I'm just going to run 2 of these. Okay, what's going on with stations? Now there has been a wee bit of time, so we know about this. This is not going to change because it's the far end of the map. Clay, there's a surprising amount of clay here. And that's because we are... Yeah, okay, fine. I don't necessarily care about that at this moment. Chemicals, we definitely need to do something with that. Are you guys being timetabled at all? Allegedly. Can I make these boats bigger? No, not planes, boats. Chemical. I need something with 14. Should not be that difficult. Are you being on auto replace at all? Of course not. Cargo cap, sort by, Hope Town, Yokohama. You lot. You get serviced. I'm wise. Okay. What's this discrepancy? My phone says 4 minutes, so we have about 10 minutes actually. I'm going to throw in a few more of them boats. 6,000 tons. That's a fair bit, but not that much. Has that been like reasonably flat? Yes. Why don't you remember? Yeah, okay, fine. You just. I think I see what the problem is. Now that I closed it. So, for you guys, this is ICTL Psi, because at least one of these really need to be much bigger. Like there's one that takes away from here. Or not. This did not quite work the way I wanted. Shocking. So start bumping things up a little. You get auto replaced anyway. I don't want to bump 5s into 10s because I think anything 50 can bump. And then, why are you 0? You do stuff. Ah, this is the new one. I mean, even these could probably bump because they're running pretty full. I don't care about those. Fine. So that will eventually clean up. There's an absolute shitload of ore here. There's a very distinct lack of a depot on the, oh no, it's the outside. Can we zone 2 more? They'll go around in very literal circles, I think, but go. It's broken boat, good. I'm not too phased about this. That gets cleaned up. I'll do the 35% rubbish. Still as usual. That's usual. We about this more or less. Okay, what's going on? What's going on here? Because now we've had a bit of time to. Except I don't want to. It's not this I care about. It's. Ah, for fuck's sake! It's this I care about. So one thing is that this station needs to be good day because I can't see what's going on. Preferably do that before this comes in. Okay, so we have a fair bit of engineering supplies. Yeah, shut up. So I'll probably forget. Get more, but And you're conquering. Okay, you go. I know I just did 2 more, but I'm going to throw in more because if it's this many, then hell yeah, definitely need more. You are timetabled. And then the expectation is that these start working. Still only 800, most of which is not being taken away. Not surprising. Start arming more boats, which are running empty. Oh. Don't care about this. Yeah, definitely need a lot more of those sand boats. I am tempted. You do 2 each. Which is then not really going to work because if judging size it. Hold on. No. And then how many come here? Those are the same, I think. Yes. We'll get there. And then food-wise, I expect not a lot. Okay, I shall stop here because we're running close to the 54-minute actual mark, and next episode is probably going to be redistributing these to the clay mines and then getting more trains in, usual. Just visually checking what's going on. Or sniff boneyard. We have a minute or so, it's not. Okay, well, hasta mañana. So thanks for watching, and I shall hopefully see you the next time. Any thoughts, comments? Not, let me know, please. Usual. Thanks, and bye-bye.